back to Warcraft and back with the W3Champions Season 10 Finals. We are in the Winnerbracket Semifinal territory where Colorful is facing Happy. Colorful defeated 15 Sway, Happy defeated Hawk. Kind of to be expected. The favorites probably prevailed. The bigger names definitely prevailed. Lawlight waiting in the winner bracket final tomorrow, and a long and gruesome lower bracket waiting for the defeated player here.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, we're definitely going to have, at this stage, either an Undead or a Night Elf in the grand finals. So, you know, get your inputs in the chat ready. One of them's it, Bobby. It's undisputable at this point to its chat. So we're going to have one of the two races, and very well deserved it. All three of the players that are going to make it of Happy, Colorful, Lawlight into the grand finals. They're all playing excellent so far. They've all been very impressive so far. And this is going to be a super high-level series.
And this is also interesting maps. We have Turtle Rock concealed on Northern Isles. Especially Turtle Rock is something that we usually don't see in this very matchup.
Yeah, is this more of a Demon Hunter map, I wonder? Is this more of a Keeper map? Classically, I said this yesterday as well, I'm repeating myself as always, but I think it is a good Demon Hunter map just because Keeper, it can be hard to secure that expansion as early as you'd like it with that Keeper, so maybe it's a DH map.
All right, Remo, as Carson and I will cast this, any final thoughts on this series?
Demon Hunter or bust.
Demon Hunter or bust. Okay, Colorful's name is Raise DH. Let's see if we can raise all the way to the winner bracket final finish line. It's Happy versus Colorful. Of course, Happy is the big favorite in so many show matches. He's been slapping Colorful left, right, center, north, south, west, east, middle, everything. It's sometimes it seemed unfair, but Colorful looking pretty good after a slow start on Concealed against 15 Sway. He turned it up to pretty much 11 and succeeded. Happy, of course, always at level 12. And this is the guy to beat, as always. Thank you, Chopper, for another 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Hydro, for the sub. And thank you, Kelthu, for the 8-month resub. Happy spawning at the top right, Colorful bottom right. They're on the same lane, Carson. And we got ourselves a $35 donation to the prize pool by Jaspers, now at 4,400.
Hell yeah, that's getting up there for sure. Definitely gonna make every single placement, every single one, best of 3, best of 5 in this tournament that much more valuable, and also a very valuable hero coming out, as Remo Demo swore to. It was Demon Hunter for Colorful, as I'd expect probably throughout this series. If anyone's gonna do it for an entire series against Happy, I would say it would be Colorful.
I think so too, but the Asian meta in general, more on the Demon Hunter currently. Only Foggy basically playing Keeper, except if the strategy is mass air, which can happen.
Right.
Carson, your favorite Sell the Haunted Goldmine trick is in full effect once again.
Love it, yeah, and that's so good in particular for this camp as well. Like, even before this was a trick, people were still doing it with scouts, pulling the turtles out before the hero comes out. It slows it down by, you know, easily 10, 12 seconds, which can be everything at this level of play.
Exactly. Happy starting with ghouls here. Of course, Turtle Rock are no critters on this map, and therefore can't summon skeletons immediately, but ghouls make up for it. Good damage type against the turtles early. Level 2 should really not be denied. And now Colorful trying to pull the next creep into his main. Surrounds with the Wisp and an Archer.
Ooh.
This is sweet.
Very nice. I've seen this done at the top before. It's actually much easier at the top, but this is new for me. The Acolyte, that wouldn't be new for Happy to get that last hit there, but he doesn't manage to do that today. Does force Colorful to take a little bit more damage though, because they had to be super cautious.
Okay, Acolyte denied. Yeah, against Happy, of course, you always have to be super cautious, but scouts are in full effect. Creeping is in full effect. Happy jumping from turtle to turtle. Gonna be a nice soup late tonight. Double mantle, pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's not complaining with that at all. And Claws here would be the cherry on top. And then also something both players are probably going to be eyeing is going to be, of course, the shop in between the two bases. You have that invincible, invisible, permanent Watcher Ward that you can get here on Turtle Rock. And of course, with the way they're spawned right now, the shop in between their base just has so much value. So that's going to be crucial. Looks as though Colorful might be the one to get it with his 4 archers.
Oh, okay. Archer's pretty good, of course. Oh my god, this DK! Claws double mantle. Hello, Lich. Demon Hunter with circled so far. But yeah, creeping this without being contested is a lot of vision for Colorful for the rest of the game, as you pointed out. This will help, especially, you know, shop control, heal scrolls, invo potions, etc., etc. Seeing army movement is always important. So...
And also, just getting level 3 Demon Hunter so quickly as well. It's just such a smooth creep route. This is the fastest possible level 3 creep route in the early game, getting these 3 camps back to back to back without being contested. So, Demon, this could be just a nice Naga second game into lots of pressure from Colorful.
I definitely see that too. Boots of speed, love to see it. So far, everything...
Oh my god, Happy. I'm sorry to interrupt. He got another claws! What the hell, Happy?
Yeah, that's sick. He wasn't too lucky on Northern Isles against Hawk. And on the first map against Hawk either, but this is just insane. Good luck to all the archers and all the dryads. And okay, Demon Hunter's strong as well. Oh, Demon Hunter's DK might be in trouble here. Nice, thanks to the boots, forcing a town portal. Good read by Colorful.
Yeah, Happy gets a little unlucky with the creep jack there, and also with the item at last, Slippers of Agility, but we know Happy, he's going to keep it. He'll give that to the Lich, and it will be a Panda from Colorful, so he's looking to not put on much more aggression than he already has. I'm just going to be happy with the town portal being forced, and now going to creep that Panda to level 3 with a very effective Ancient War.
Plus 16 on the Lich with 390 mana on level 1.
Insane.
And
Insanity.
Yeah. Oh, a ring!
Wow.
Is
All
that
right,
a bug?
Happy.
I'm seeing this right.
GG, I think. He should GG.
Unwinnable at this point.
Yeah, honestly.
Here we go. Coil Nova on the Demon Hunter, weaving in and out. He needs to buy time for the Panda. The Panda gets an excellent item and big mana potion. Lots of Breath of Fires coming in. Drunken Haze combo. We love it. And especially with the Watch Award here, that might be shop control for Colorful if he plays it out right. Hides the Demon Hunter, was healing a little bit. He's very tanky and he's going for the Creep Jack here. Wonder if that's going to be too successful. DK, no mana. Lich, no mana. Good timings for Colorful all around.
Yeah, one archer sacrifice to put enough pressure on to deter Happy from going for this creep, and now he's got soon to be no coils. One more mana burn will mean he definitely doesn't have any more coils, and the Lich is low, so yeah, that was nice. Definitely worth the sacrifice of the archer to stop Happy from doing that, and now Colorful can try to continue to creep. I don't really know what the next camp with this Panda is going for. The right? Maybe Drunken Haze is pretty good.
It seems a little obvious, but Happy is in no condition to fight at the moment. Statues have to work, replenish mana, and that's a big one here. Plus the rune of healing. It's a little tricky, it's a little stressful, but he's getting it done. One of the best items on the map right here at the head of the turtle. Tome, Hood of Cunning. Not too bad, not too great. In the middle, I guess. But Happy knows exactly what's up, and he's going for the red spot himself. Question, can Colorful clean this in time? Everything is very hurt.
Just needs to get that rune of healing. We'll use it. Probably going to lose another archer or something like that, but definitely worth the entire red camp. Nova on the archer. Mana burn exchange. And yeah, that archer will be denied. So again, one archer sacrifice to stop Happy from creeping a camp. Another archer sacrifice to get an entire red camp almost. So these are worthy sacrifices for Colorful. And I would put him in the lead from these couple of exchanges.
Me too. And isn't it interesting how different the philosophies are of like Western Night Elves and Asian Night Elves? No expansion, play this head on, one base versus one base with this Demon Hunter opening, no Keeper opening. This is completely different from everything we've seen yesterday from Froggy.
Absolutely, yeah. He's just going for the one base late game micro play. Just chasing around with the Demon Hunter. Something you're not so easily able to do with the Keeper, especially because they just don't leave their base with their units at this stage of the game. but really stopping him from creeping is Colorful, and power creeping himself. This Panda's about to be level 3 with, hopefully for his sake at least, a nice greater heal, a nice push of invulnerability. That'd be perfect for the Panda.
Yeah, would be a nice addition. Big mana potion already there. Demon Hunter again. Annoying, really annoying. Big mana potion for Happy as well. Very helpful, especially against the Demon Hunter, as now the statues are doing their work. We get Burrow. We have no ghouls here, which is quite interesting. No Frenzy. He only has 3 ghouls in the base, so no crazy ghoul push, which is not necessary if you don't have to break an expansion.
Absolutely. They're both still getting nice items as well. Oh, Crystal Ball as I say that. Cast a Curse with the greater heal and the greater mana for both sides there. This Creep Jack is good. The first Haze Fire is massive. Coil used, greater mana already used. The bears are here. I don't think this is the fight that Happy wants.
Not really. End snares only on Happy's side. There was something dropped. Not 100% sure what it was. Probably a staff. Colorful. Gotta be careful. Everything is low, but the potion already popped, and Happy, tail tucked between his legs, has to retreat here. Panda would love to have an invo potion himself, but he got the heal scroll that Happy originally wanted, I think. Lich is of course a beast, but might just turn out to be a glass cannon if no coils are available.
Level 3 gonna help that cannon a little bit. Red camp going to be pulled. Colorful has to be aware of this. No more consumables. There's just the 3 reds left and a couple little turtles. Other than those very inconvenient orange camps on the map. Warsong Battle Drums, that's an excellent item, but is it worth the Creep Jack? Apparently it is. Colorful not committing in fully.
We have bears ready. One Dryad super low. Demon Hunter back in full health. That was the last coil. Nukes a bear immediately. 2 destroyers. One of them has mana. Burrow used, and Colorful doesn't have reveal.
Yeah, he wishes the crystal ball that Happy got was his earlier.
What's up?
One destroyer, though, being focused. One Dryad going to go down in the front. Breath of Fire might find a Fiend. Kill. Burrow not going to be on time. And Colorful behind his supply by 11 now.
Yeah, that was a wonky fight for Colorful there. Half of his army in the back line was just running around like Headless Chicken, not doing anything. Miscontrol. But in the meantime, during that fight, he was investing into a new base, which is coming up on the back of the turtle. Happy, does he have an idea about this as reinforcements are clearly missing?
Potion of Vulnerability, another 10 seconds at least at one of the 2 shops. Staff out, trying to heal up that Dryad, but the Moonwells are dry, and there's no Wellspring yet for Colorful, who's going to try to continue to brawl. He's still got nice consumables, and of course, these long extended fights are better for Colorful, because Happy's running out of mana, currently only has a single Nova, no coils, and no longer has that greater mana.
Is that enough? Can Colorful buy enough time? He's back at 50, but Happy's up at 60 with this massive, massive Lich. Again, hitting the bears so hard. Destroyers do a lot of damage when they have mana, and it seems like they always have mana somehow. Happy and his best friend. The Destroyers and the Fiends surround on the Panda. The staff might be on cooldown. Can he transfer some items? He's trying to fight out. Burrow used healing again. DK on the right-hand side in trouble. Town Portal forced with some exit kills necessary. Absolutely. Oh boy, wild game. Supply gap narrows.
Yeah, that was a 2 Fiends surround there for Happy, and Colorful even could have stuck around a little while longer, but maybe he realized he just couldn't get any more value, and he already gained what he wanted from being aggressive there, which was the expansion uncancelled. Now Happy finally goes towards that red camp. Already, of course, got the item from there, but getting the rest of the experience. Now Colorful gonna look for probably another aura here, ideally.
Oh, yeah. Devotion may be best. Belt of Giant Strength also not too shabby, but again, not perfect. It is perfect to be up base though, and Colorful was buying the time for this second base on the back. Pretty damn good. Panda 4, Demon Hunter 4. We're starting to get great levels, but we're also starting to get a great army of Happy with
Oh no. Oh god. Alright, +4, and that's only with +1 attack. If he gets 3 Zero Fiends, I believe that'll be more like +6, +7, something like that. And Death Knight, almost level 3 coil as well. One more Creep Camp, and that could be level 5 Death Knight. Colorful might be able to get closer to level 5 Panda, but certainly won't be able to get that full level up, unfortunately for him. And we're getting to the late game here.
Absolutely do. We got Frost Armor, we got Dark Ritual, we got level 5. Disease Cloud is online, and Colorful sees this, and he also saw the 3 auras running for Happy. That's very, very tough. The damage is off the charts, on the Lich, on the Fiends, on the Destroyers, and of course with Coil Nova anyway. Demon Hunter in trouble, has an orb, has a heal potion, has an invo potion. He is super tanky. Would love to have that one ring. Did he get one? No, but Pendant of Energy for the Panda.
Ooh, yeah, 500 mana with a potion of mana. Colorful's done a great job of setting up the fight for himself. He's already forced almost all the coils. He's close to forced all the Novas if he runs in one more time with the Demon Hunter. Panda's fully healed up again. 68 versus 63 supply, but the Coil Nova starts off the fight really well for Happy.
Invo potion, doesn't want to staff out. The staff was also on the Panda, real tricky. Staffs out the Demon Hunter, not the Bear here, and that is of course no saving for the Panda anymore. The damage dealer on level 4 is gone. He needs that fight to level, and Happy is just clicking one Dryad after the next. It's as easy as it gets. Colorful trying to kite, trying to buy time, but man, it's all up to the Demon Hunter now.
Colorful just kind of crumbled there a little bit, and yeah, GG will be called. Wow, that was an even fight, but it took, what, 20 seconds for Happy to just completely dismantle Colorful, and that's a quick 1-0.
Indeed, a quick 2-0. Ah, Remo, you want to say something?
Not really. Yeah, the Demon Hunter, I think, is the right way to go, in my opinion, nowadays. But going toe-to-toe in the micro game against Happy, it ain't never easy.
Yeah.
Items of...
too.
Yeah, items are pretty crazy. But yeah, the first engagement there on the left-hand side, pretty sloppy by Colorful. If that goes a little better, Happy can't really go up to 60 and get the map control that he had there. Then maybe Colorful has more time for this expansion to run, but Happy realizes once again, very, very nicely, lack of anti-air, of strong anti-air, with a late second base, no chance to go into Hippos quickly enough, and then Happy is just ripping her head off.
Alright, so Concealed Hill, map number 2. Kind of a classic keeper map, really, but wonder if they'll be the Demon Hunter again. It's still, you still can go for that Panda, get him level 3. You can still get level 3 Demon Hunter and pressure in the mid game. All common things for Colorful to do, but I do think Turtle Rock overall probably a better map for the style we just saw him play.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really curious what Colorful is playing here. I'm not too familiar with his style on Concealed. Do you have any insight?
Yeah, Concealed Hunt is still by far the best Dryad map because it just simply has the best way of dealing with Disease Cloud. Disease Cloud normally can be devastatingly punishing to Dryads, especially during daytime, but here you have the fountains to work with. That paired with the fact that this map is pretty tough for the Demon Hunter. I would expect the Keeper here, and where I have lost faith in the Keeper on most maps, I think here Keeper Expo with Dryads can still be good.
Who would argue with the Demo Man when it comes to Warcraft 3 strategies on maps? Colorful, not playing bad at all. He is competitive. It's not a complete stomp. But yeah, he has to step up his game a little bit. No mistakes allowed. Happy, one map away from the winner bracket final versus Lolite.
Yeah, it was really only one bad fight from Colorful onto a rock, but of course, a lot of the time that's all it takes is one bad fight, one misstep, not having enough consumables there, not the perfect positioning right away, and Happy always takes advantage of that. Definitely agree with Mr. Remo Demo Man there about the whole Dryad thing. That's pretty cool. I never thought of that. Yeah, the fountain can counteract the Disease Cloud, can make Dryads a lot more viable. The problem of healing is not necessarily a problem any longer, and maybe even just because of the mobility problem on this map too, because it's so long rush distance and because expansion is very viable. I was gonna say Keeper Mass Air, but nope, we're getting a Demon Hunter.
Wow. Now I'm really curious how this works out. Almost putting him at a disadvantage early on. This map's so big, hard to find your opponent, and then the mana burns. He needs staffs, I guess, to just always be where he wants to be, where he has to be. Creeping could still work out kinda nicely. Level 3, not the ultra hardest for a Demon Hunter, I'd say, but it will take time.
Yeah, it takes time and it's a little bit inefficient because the Keeper, of course, has that nice route where you can pull the expansion Null Overseer and just entangle it right away. But Oh, is Happy going to pull the creeps here? Let's see if he does a little trick. It could be quite nice here. The Archer losing that battle for a second. And there we go, but the ensnare going to make it not work for Happy. And now Colorful will find first blood, at least in the way of an Acolyte.
Okay, then. Can't deny. Engine of War taking a little bit of damage, but if you eat the trees, it's all gonna be good again. And here is almost level 2 with the turtles. Happy. What's his plan? Creeping or harassing? Creeping it is.
Okay, he did invest a coil to get the Scout Wisp, but it was detonated on time. No fake coil from Happy. It's always interesting to see the mind games. Does he fake the coil? Does he fake it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times? In this case, he just coiled right away, which I don't know if that's a sign of disrespect, but I'm sure Colorful is taking it as that.
I guess he just wants to help us catch up to the schedule. And he's doing this very, very nicely so. Gloves, mantle. Not the greatest once again for the Demon Hunter, but Happy starts with a ring, so the crazy Lich a little postponed so far.
Colorful has a Wisp going towards the upper left just to make sure of what the creep route is for Happy, and also that he's not doing anything crazy like a fast expansion, which on this map would be very unorthodox. Colorful goes towards the shop, and they're both going to meet there for the first time, but Happy is going to have Aura online, and still has one more charge of Rod on Necromancy. Maybe Happy's going to be favored in this first exchange.
Does he get boots again? Doesn't have the gold. Very, very poor Colorful at the moment. He has some time. It makes it indeed hard to creep. Who get the item absolutely needs this replenishment. Happy has some coils. Demon Hunter might be in trouble. So are the archers. Oh, there is dust. This might be a massive slaughter here.
One archer is all that falls for now, but the experience might be the prize for Happy. Colorful trying to make sure that Death Knight has no more coils, and now the ghouls are at risk of falling. One being micro to the back of the shop. That replenishment potion might come in handy. Ensnare now on an archer. One ghoul's gonna fall, so a 1-for-1 trade so far. 2-for-1 trade, but the second archer's certainly gonna die unless the block is there. Oh, it could even be, okay, there's the second archer. The third one on 1 HP. Survives to the Moonwell, so a 2-for-2 trade there, but more damage taken on the Demon Hunter than the Death Knight.
Oh boy, pretty crazy exchange between the two. Ghoul still hurt, but move back. Colorful, let's go. Replenishment potion. I would love to cancel that. Crazy regen now on the Demon Hunter. But creeps woken up. The usage of skeleton again. One attacking the creeps, the other's attacking the Demon Hunter. Gets rid of all the reju he just had a second ago.
Very, very nice. But the Demon Hunter is healthy enough to be able to chase away some of these ghouls, especially with those boots he purchased. Getting close to level 3 is Colorful. Happy. Picks up the creeps.
Yeah.
Oh, and a Naga comes in second for Happy. Ooh, I haven't seen that in a while.
Exactly. Colorful did not expect this one bit. It's a TP. Gets it off. 33 HP. Element of surprise. Seriously didn't expect this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I rarely ever see Happy go Naga second. It's so weird. Like other undeads do on occasion, but obviously he picks up the Naga with a purpose. He forces the TP perfectly with the movement of the Naga. It's perfectly on time, perfectly calculated. And now Happy goes into this mid game, not fearing the Demon Hunter quite as much.
Exactly. You need one more, 2 more kills maybe on Skeleton. Depends on what he kills, of course. To be level 3, should be able to get that. Colorful plays a counter Naga, but rather passive.
Yeah, he wants to get that Demon 3, and once he does, the exchanges of the Naga versus Naga is going to be much favoring Colorful, who has a level 2 mana burn. But it's going to take a little bit of time. It's always difficult to creep in the mid game for Night Elf on Concealed Hill, because just all the camps are so big and they're so far apart, you can't have your Ancient War at every single one of them, whereas Happy, with the ghouls, with the Naga, with the Aura, is going to be able to move from camp to camp. No problem.
Okay then, off we go. Little worries me a little that there's no staff or anything, nothing of survivability. Demon Hunter, what can you do? Burn, burn, burn. Not going for the slaughterhouse. Wonder if he has enough damage or not, but Naga and ghouls are quick to respond as well. Again, Colorful playing this one base, as you said. Going Dryads, tier 3 started. Same for Happy. Without the Dryads, of course, but with the Fiend statues. And level 3 on both sides unlocked.
Red Camp being pulled by Colorful. We'll get the surround. Just like last game, Colorful goes for the Red Camp very early, and Happy just sort of lets him do it. Maybe realizing this demon's level 3. I can't really win this fight. I'll just get my heroes focused. So he's going to give up the biggest item on the map, and that's going to be Warsong Battle Drums, this time in favor of Colorful. A nice pickup.
Yeah, the Night Elf now king of the bongos. Always good to have a little bit more damage. It's only +1, but you know, with Roar, scales really well. Good to have and really good to take that away from Happy, including all this experience. Makes another trip to the shop. What do you got? Nothing just yet. But there's plenty to creep for both of these. They're taking a slow approach to this.
Yeah, very, very passive. And of course, if there's no expansion on the side of Colorful, Happy doesn't feel pressured to need to push. Before he's tier 3, he doesn't really feel the need to do anything before he's got that Lich, that first couple of destroyers. And Colorful is seemingly happy just to get Naga level 3 himself. Wondering when he's going to put down the expansion, because of course, one base is all well and good for the first, say, 10, 12 minutes of the game, but eventually as a Night Elf, even though you have a Demon Hunter, you do still need that second base.
Yeah. At some point, for sure, the sustain of Undead just way too great. We get a Ghoul push here. I was about to say, Naga is a cool choice if there's not too many ghouls, because otherwise it's not too, or not enough targets for the Naga to attack at the same time compared to Panda. And it is not too many ghouls, but Frenzy still research. Is Happy going for timing here?
Could very well be. The Lich is going to come out and grab that orb at the same time the Frenzy finishes around. Destroyer is also going to pop very soon. The Naga on the side of Colorful will be level 3 right now. And the orb still needs to be purchased for Colorful. And Master Bear training is going to pop in 5 seconds. So both players might be ready to fight. The question is, who's going to be more willing?
Okay, who's the king of the hill here on CH? Maybe get some more experience. Fork Lightning 2 not unlocked yet. Saving experience. Is that enough? Yes, of course it is. If the Lich arrives 2 seconds earlier, then it's probably not enough. It's the experience is divided by 3, but... or divided by 3, but of course, since it's Happy, the Lich arrives perfectly. And that's a good combo for Happy now. Colnova on this Demon Hunter. Staff is not ready. Ritu is, though. No effing way.
Greedy boy Colorful didn't want to use that potion of invulnerability. If he had, it would have made the next fight very difficult. Now fighting in without a first hero. We see how strong Colorful could have been if that Demon Hunter was still alive, but now it's all Happy. All the bears, all the archers have fallen. GG and an easy 4-0 sweep for Happy today.
Massive, massive, massive mistake.
Again. 2 games in a row, really. First it was the second hero, now it's the first hero, and all it takes is one big fight on tier 3 for Happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Colorful not quite playing crisp enough. There was a double mistake, by the way. First of all, he didn't use the Emo Potion to survive, but secondly, you can't go for that play to run in and burn if you don't have a staff. You need a staff to beam out the demon. But he didn't have it, so yeah. Can't make those mistakes against Happy. He's gonna kill you.
That's the easiest and most fitting summary of the series. Just like that. Looked good for a long time, until it doesn't.
Yeah, and sometimes Happy just kills you.
Sometimes. Happens more often than not.
True, I mean, he does have like an 89% win rate against the majority of players in the world.
Yeah, rookie numbers, eh? We got another $10 donation by Zimmerling towards the prize pool, 4,410. Can we make it to 4444? That would be absolutely lovely. Or maybe even the 4,500. Would absolutely love to see it. Colorful's day is not over. He will see himself in the lower bracket, where, if I'm not mistaken, he would be facing Focus.
Yes. Yep. Because Soen will be playing the winner of Hawk vs 15 Sway, right? Am I seeing that right?
Soen will be playing the winner of Hawk vs 15 Sway 100%. And Hawk vs 15 Sway is also up next. Hawk has shown already in the play-in stage that he is a beast against Night Elf these days. Wasn't great enough to defeat Happy today, but man, nobody was able to take a map off of Happy today. And now it's fight for survival. Chemico, the only player eliminated. We will add one more to that list. Is it going to be 2 humans dropping out of the round of 8? Or will Hawk live to see another day and fight against the reigning and defending champion Soin? That's the big question here. Another question. What will you guys do with your time in the break? Will you support the tournament prize pool by contributing with your hard-earned doleros? Will you support the tournament prize pool by buying one of these profile pictures? Will you support W3Champions by maybe signing up to their Patreon, doing a one-time donation because they're doing such a phenomenal job in maintaining and improving the platform that we have? Or will you use it to support maybe the Back to Warcraft platform? You did that yesterday wonderfully when Carson and I were here covering the entire day, plus the Back to Warcraft Cup. Backtowarcraft.com/support is where everything you need is listed. Also, of course, in the stream description. We have a Patreon. We have, of course, direct donations as well. We have, what else do we got? You can sub on Twitch, of course. You can donate your crypto if you don't need it anymore. We also have merchandise if you want a cool t-shirt for the summer, or maybe for lukewarm evenings, a cozy little hoodie. We got it all. And what we also got is CORSAIR by our side. If you're looking for new gear, mouse, keyboard, headsets, maybe streaming gear from Elgato, CORSAIR has everything for you. core.sr/backtowarcraft. Use the coupon code BACKTOWARCRAFT for a 10% discount. Carson loves CORSAIR, Remo loves CORSAIR, Neo loves CORSAIR, Back to Warcraft loves CORSAIR, and hopefully so do you. We're halfway through the day, everybody. 3 best of 3s down the road, 3 more to come. We continue with lower bracket round 1. The fight for elimination is on. Hawk vs 15 Sway, and afterwards the Koreans join the mix with Soin and Focus. Be right back.
It serves as a reminder to count your blessings, cause this town ain't fair. They'll put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, that's the truth. How they coming for you.
Back at the W3Champions tournament, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through the one-on-one day. Of course, FFA Grand Finals later. We have the lower bracket round 1, Hawk versus 15 Sway and Remo in the break. You teased us a little bit, prophesizing that this would be a banger.
Yeah, I think so. Hawk looked very good in this matchup. Recently, we saw him against Foggy, looking hella strong. And also 15 Sway, I think, in this matchup, as then when he is playing against Human, also very fearsome indeed. And I think there's going to be a great best of 3 here between the two. Lower bracket round 1, the safety net is off. Our loser will be eliminated.
Exactly. Oh, Carson, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's very interesting because 15 Sway understands this matchup so well from the human side of things, just seeing how he maybe plays a little bit different from other Night Elves when he's on the other side of things. How does he defeat this, 65 supply push? How does he harass the expansion? Does he do slightly different timings? It's just always, it's nice when you see people that can play multiple races, just what the tiny differences are.
Very much looking forward to this. We'll go through the map pick and ban status, and in the meantime, we can of course plug the beautiful the statue platform. Talking all about statues here today. That is W3Champions. As I mentioned before, we got leagues for every single one of you. Just do your 5 placement matches, get your MMR, get your league, and then have wonderful, wonderful 50% matchmaking. From Grass League for the absolute beginners to the Grandmaster League, where of course all of our players are, because they are the god gamers of Warcraft 3. All you gotta do is to go to W3Champions.com, download the client for Windows or for Mac, install it. It's less than 100 MB. I just sent this to China. It took a minute. It was easy, and you can even do it if you're on a data plan. And then you have a little box in your Warcraft 3 menu, and that's all you need. Click on it and enjoy it. Enjoy the custom-made UI by Kenshin, displaying a lovely warden, some flowers, some seashells, etc., etc. Looks like the old Battle.net. One feels home, one feels comfortable there. And the more games you play, the better your stats are. Hopefully, that you can all check on the W3Champions homepage. My stats are certainly increasing and getting better since I play Crypt Lord and Lich expansions. Dirty.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Grind the 1-on-1 ladder, grind the 2-on-2 ladder, grind the 4-on-4 ladder, grind the FFA, grind Legion TD, Reign of Chaos, Banjo Ball, random heroes. We build not only a home for melee Warcraft 3, but also for custom game Warcraft 3. More than 5,000 games a day, currently 2,200 people online at the same time. Thousands of people are enjoying W3Champions already, and you can be one of these guys. And hopefully you will enjoy the upcoming game as much as we do. It is the current state of the bracket right here. Almost here. Wonderful, Carson. You did that very, very well. Both lost their opening matches, but had a good run through the play-ins. So let's see who prevails and makes it into the round of 6 versus Soen. It's Russia versus China, Hawk versus 15 Sway.
All right, Mr. Demo Man, Last Refuge, a recently, slightly, barely updated map, but not so much an updated strategy so far. It's Tavern Hero. Hasn't this fallen a little bit out of favor? I know I've been away a while, but I swear Beastmaster was not so common anymore.
Yeah, Beastmaster was taking over the meta here by storm, so much so that almost all humans vetoed the map for a while. Then they adjusted by, upon scouting the Beastmaster, not going for the expansion, but rather a 1-base tech, followed up with a tier 2 rifle push with a Blood Mage, which looked pretty devastatingly strong, where the Night Elves then decided to stop playing Beastmaster, go back to Keeper. But then after a while they figured out they can also deal with that push if they adjust a little bit, going more for Quillbeast and early fights and so on. And now we're back to Beastmaster once again.
It's a full circle. It's just like irony. You just end back up at always where you began, and the Ancient of War is in between 2 camps currently. This is, of course, the reason why Beastmaster could be so strong on this map is because it's just so easy to power creep. This is, I think, the most creep-dense map in the pool, even, I think, with just so many camps really within one screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 almost in the same screen. The Beastmaster can go from camp to camp to camp if he doesn't decide to just harass right away, which of course is always an option. We'll see what Hawk does in reaction to this. The footman, not scouting though, is standing by the mercenary camp to pull that himself.
The camp has been changed a little bit. I always hold my breath for a second if the footy gets ensnared, because if it does, oh boy, is it bad. And it's almost GG already. And he steals the Shadow Priest away from Hawk. Sneaky, sneaky. The Wisp will have to be sacrificed, but does so in an explosive manner, dealing some damage to the Watch Elemental. Oh, and the Abolish comes in. Follow up. The Watch Elemental has been eliminated. And that's a lot of damage on Hawk's side. That's a painful start.
I also love that he waited to pick up the Beastmaster before he abolished that, so he got that 42 experience, and now Sway going to go straight into the mercenary camp, going to have double priests. And not looking too bad. It's been a small exchange, but this chaos has forced Hawk to take a little bit of damage on all of his peasants, a little bit of damage on that one footman from that hole, but he gets the Flute of Accuracy, which is quite the excellent item.
Yeah, I like the confidence that Hawk is showing here. Like I mentioned, many humans nowadays, upon seeing the Beastmaster, would be deciding not to go for the fast expansion, but here he didn't even scout with the footy and just said, whatever, it doesn't care what you do, I can play my fast expansion and pull it off, however aggressive and threatening you might be, and that Beastmaster certainly can be threatening. Bonus mana from the Rover of the Magi is excellent for him. Also, he can min-max the Moonwell juice with that. Big strength, of course, for the Beastmaster is he's strong, very strong here at the beginning with creeping, can get level 3 very early on and secure mercenaries for himself, and then can play a very high tempo early game once he gets that level 3.
Yeah, he's going to be getting the level 3 and that expansion you mentioned very, very soon. The Wisp is already here. The Footman scout. Everything going on though. Circlet is nice for 15 Sway as well. The Archmage on the side of Hawk though gets Explosive Haste on level 3 himself, so it's going to be a 2-base game. It's looking like the tree should be built pretty soon. There's Beastmaster level 3, and now these two players will most likely meet in the middle and will decide who's stronger currently. Berserker now picked up for 15 Sway as well, but Defend already online for Hawk.
That's a super early defense, so that's an adjustment here against the Beastmaster specifically. Normally, we don't see it this early on, having to delay the expansion for a bit in favor of Defend, but it's going to be hugely helpful in any kind of aggressive move. Watch Elementals, though, can be dispelled pretty easily by the Shadow Priests, as we see here, while the Bash Bear, the Raging Bear, is trying to go after the Berserker. That's the big prize on the field. If he gets another Bash out, that could be the kill. Oh, 2 bashes in a row. And that's big experience. Oh! He misses.
Wait,
sound like a schoolgirl right there. Oh!
How did he miss? I don't. Was it the vision? Was it the? I don't. How did he miss? What the hell? Surround now on the Beastmaster. What is going on right now?
And that one is going to be
Cloak
getting held. The Cloak on the Archmage also coming into play. Can hold the surround now. The Beastmaster is actually pretty tanky, it turns out, but the TP will be forced in the end. That might mean that the X-Will will fall. I think it does. Bear got the kill in the end, and just to get back to that miss chance, when a melee unit attacks and the backswing of the attack is taking too long and then the unit runs out of range, then it misses if it's out of range. Rarely seen, but he's here. We did. Big move now for Hawk. Does he have the damage to take out the Tree of Life? Just with the footies, not with the Archmage.
Yeah, how many footmen will go down though? The Bear, even though there is very early defend, you mentioned earlier, the Bear is still so good against the footmen. It's going to be at least 3, maybe 4 going down. Double Bash Bear. Oh my god, so many footmen falling, but the cancel comes in. But what is this going to be? 4 or 5 footmen? Oh my god, level 4 on the Beastmaster already.
So much experience, dude.
Yeah.
It's a full mana, well, not quite, but close to it. Level 4 Beastmaster. That's dangerous. Hawk got the cancel at least. He had to get it. But I think he over-invested into it. He is in trouble right now. What's he supposed to do for the next couple of minutes?
There's a Panda. I mean, 15 Sway just gonna run at him, right? Like, what else do you have to do? Okay, double summons, triple summons even. The footmen are not going to stand the test of time, and the attack is not even started. That's going to take a ton of time itself. Militia being called, but the Panda solves, and I don't know what Hawk can do here.
These militias are just going to get turned into minced meat if they run in here. This is just way too much stuff right now. And this is the typical Beastmaster high tempo early game / mid game. He's got so much stuff, so much power. It's so hard to go up against this. And Hawk, I think, is feeling the classic issue of playing against Beastmaster on this map. If you fall behind, man, you can be in big trouble.
Yeah, it perfectly resembles how you mentioned tempo play. If you make one mistake, if you overstay, you lose one fight, then all of a sudden it's like, how am I ever supposed to beat this hero, it seems like. It really all comes down to, you know, just a couple of footmen lost here, the Berserker lost in the base, the extra bash here and there, and now looks like there was never a chance for Hawk, who continues to lose peasants to the summons.
Trying to stabilize now with the mercenaries. The bear, by the way, also fast attack speed, so you can always chase after the Archmage. A couple of bashes here are dangerous. We have a Mud Golem now, which can actually be a pretty big help with a couple of slows being thrown out. But in the meantime, the bear and the Beastmaster barbecuing the peasants in the main. The Banda is already level 2 without any creeping. Look at the corpses here. Jesus Christ, it's a mass grave. It's not pretty. And the economy has completely been dismantled. And Hawk is... I don't know if he's still got a chance in this one.
So much experience, like you mentioned, the Panda. The Beastmaster even on his way to level 5, and once he's got that Blink Bear, it's going to be lights out. Muddy, soon to fall. The Berserker not even being microed currently. That's even more experience. Mercenaries dying on both sides, but almost level 5 Beastmaster. The Bear is killing all the peasants in the main at the same time.
Oh my god, Call to Arms has to be used. More and more experience. This bear is just so tanky. 900 HP. A couple of bashes every now and then. Are we gonna see the blinking, bashing beauty that is the Spirit Bear? We might.
Beast goes into the base now. Call to Arms, but it's only one militia. Oh no. And that might be... Oh, that kill might be level 5 Beastmaster? No, it won't quite be.
And these two more peasants split between the two heroes, I think.
Yeah.
Or just anything, really.
Yeah, creep the screen, why not? The Panda's close as well. The expansion up to 15 sway, and... Hawk's tier... Oh, well, he is tier 2. Okay, pardon me. He's not as behind, but now there's Dryads, now there's level 5. There's soon to even be bears.
Misha! There she is! Misha comes in with a swipe. That's game. GG called. 1-0 for 15 sway.
Oh, brother, what a awful stomp. A little bit too much aggression from Hawk. And yeah, you guys, you prophesized it. There was too much. He had nothing left on the field. 15 sway had everything. Almost constantly having 2 bears up on the field. That was quite something. That was quite fast. That was quite dominant. The bear is back on the menu.
Yeah, making people question why they ever didn't play Beastmaster on Last Refuge. Holy hell. Well, I guess that's why you don't expand, though. You don't play that game. You don't play the I'm going to mass footman and lose a ton, feed you a ton of experience, but at least I'll be up a base game. No, not at all. Get your priests out, get your Dispel ready, play it safe. Don't let the Beastmaster scale a ton. But Hawk didn't do that there.
Yeah, I think even if he just plays it more passively and doesn't commit to the expo cancel, if he just gets like 6 footies with defend, creeps up, gets level 4, and gets like 2 or 3 Shadow Priests and a Berserker, then maybe can take a fight. But you can't just, you know, spend your time not creeping, falling behind in levels, and losing all your footies. That is then a death sentence.
Hawk facing elimination, not the greatest day for him. 0-3 in the finals. How many peasants did Hawk lose today? It must be in the triple digits by now. Rough. It won't work for Hawk today. But maybe that was just the one odd Beastmaster map that was just way too sick. Let's see. Maybe he can turn it around. He got the fighting spirit in him. And definitely the talent to turn it. But 15 Sway is playing pretty good.
Alright, so Autumn Leaves is map number 2. Not a map we've seen too commonly so far in this tournament. We'll see. It's a map that can work for Demon Hunter. It's definitely a map that can work for Keeper. And it's definitely a map that can work for fast expansions on both sides. So we'll see what they choose.
Worth noting here is we are playing on Autumn Leaves 2.0 as opposed to the older Autumn Leaves still uploaded on NetEase. Here especially, mostly creep camps have been changed, with notable for this matchup and the early game, the corner expansions. The bigger creep camps, the outside gold mine, is quite a bit easier here, which enables human to creep this as first camp much more easily. And I think that's the go-to that humans should look towards on this map. Much like on Northern Isles, it can be very strong for a human if you can instantly creep the natural and get level 2 and pick up a decent item. That is very similar, in fact, to Northern Isles, and one of the big reasons why the Night Elves there veto it. But however, of course, this map also has some big benefits for elves compared to Northern Isles, like you can, for example, fast expand here by creeping your natural first, looking for a bit of pressure with the Keeper, and then expanding behind it. It is indeed the Keeper against the AM.
Yeah, definitely agree with that, especially on the side of the human. I've been an advocate of the immediate top left or bottom right expansion with the Archmage on this map for a while, and the 3-farm expansion as well for a while. The Tide Hunter style, I think, should be played on almost every map. Get that expansion up as early as possible. This not only gets your economy rolling, gets your tech rolling quicker, but also stops the Night Elf from being able to harass you as actively because your expansion's already crept, your Arcane Tower is that much earlier, and the Keeper, of course, isn't just going to run straight over most of the time. The Keeper almost always is going to creep at least one camp, as we're seeing right now with that Ancient War, the expansion.
Yeah, precisely. It also protects you from another nifty thing Night Elf can go for. They like to go for a merchant creep first, oftentimes, for example. And if you go for the merchant creep as the Night Elf and the opponent, the human, is at the natural, you can get level 2 quickly and then be very close to follow up with an attack right after, which would be very different for a corner expo creep. But Hawk is going for the green camp first. No instant expansion of any kind. The one or the other gold mine.
Does at least get lucky and gets the claws of attack on the Archmage. This way going to get Slippers of Agility. Wisp is there, scouted by a Footman. Hawk calls Militia to go for not the corner expansion, but for the close expansions. Both players going to go for this, it seems like. Sway is going to go across the map with the Treants and going to be there on time to harass while Hawk is creeping this. This is something ideally you don't want to have happen if you're the human.
Yeah, and you pointed out just a moment ago, if Hawk had just gone for the instant expo in the corner, this timing wouldn't have worked out for the Night Elf at all. But he's trying to clean this up as well as he can without losing too much. So far, no peasants have died until now. That's the first one. That's a big kill as well. It's level 2 for the Keeper now. More mana. Probably doesn't want to use Entangle here. Treants, perhaps more effective. But the peasant losses are starting to hurt. More and more are going down. They are very frail. The Keeper has some bonus attack speed thanks to the Slippers. Another one going down. That one at least denied, but that hurts the early expansion play. And I'm sure Hawk has a good reason for going for this creep route, but just on paper, it looks so much worse.
Yeah.
The corner expo.
Yeah, I'm in the same sort of frame of mind. Like, you know, I gotta give Hawk credit. Like, you know, I'm sure he knows what he's doing, but it just doesn't seem like it's as good as going for that immediate expansion. I say this time and time again. Now the Mercenary is being picked up by 15 Sway. The expansion probably... Oh, he's got a Water Elemental. Might be cancelable. He's going to lose a bunch of Footmen again. But, yeah, decent timing from Hawk here, at least.
The Merc pull timing from 15 Sway was also super on point. He got the Mercenaries here. He dispelled one of the Water Elementals. This, again, is at the very least going to cost quite a few footies. So far, in fact, none of them have died. Wow, 2 6 saves on the footies, to be honest. Okay, Hawk coming back. Gets the cancel. Loses 2 footies. Saves 2 of them. But those 2 which were saved are very hard to get back into fighting shape.
Little interruption here, everybody, as we got a big €30 donation by Leoric. Thanks for all the streams in the past years.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Nice name as well. I dig the lifesteal that I get. I mean, even though I'm just on Catacombs level 3, I mean, I could kill King Leoric. I can get it. I can get that 10% lifesteal, and then, you know, I don't have to use as many pots. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. So shout out to you for that. Thank you for that 100% drop rate. No one's gonna get that. No one plays Diablo 1 anymore. I'm the only one in the world that plays Diablo 1.
I never played Diablo 1 or 2, Carson.
Oh, no way. I can understand 1 because most people think it sucks, and there's not much to do. I just like it for nostalgia. But Diablo 2, I mean, oh my god, especially nowadays. It's so good nouadays.
Oh, that tower! Ooh, we almost saved it, but had to be cancelled in the end. Yeah, people keep telling me how amazing Diablo 2 is. I think I couldn't catch the wave, you know? Like, I
True,
tried
yeah.
to play it like just a few years ago, but at that point, like for the first time, by that point it just was quite outdated in many regards. I wasn't there in the pioneer days, you know. Tier 2 coming up, Hunter's Hall. Let's take stock of this game. How's this looking? Who's favored? Keeper's not level 3. Expansion was delayed. Hawk is holding on. It's hard to tell for me right now what's going on here.
Yeah, I think, those footman saves earlier, even though you said, obviously they're out of the fight for a long time when they're like 1 HP footman, you're not going to use them, but at least it delayed the possibility of keeper level 3. The keeper would be very close, if not already level 3 at this stage if Hawk had lost those footmen. Oh, doesn't want to lose the Archmage. So at least now the footmen are able to live a little while longer, holding the pressure, and Hawk is going to have an economic advantage. So maybe Hawk, if he can stabilize here, doesn't lose too much more, maybe favored.
Keeper gets one more kill. He got another one off to the side there as well. He's almost now level 3. One more kill would do it. But also, the forces now for the Night Elf quite diminished. As is the case so often on this map, if both expand towards the middle, there's a lot of action inbound. And we've been seeing quite some kills here, haven't we? And 15 Sway is looking for more.
Almost one more entangle, but won't be used on the footman just yet. That will mean level 3. Oh, a militia kill would also mean level 3. So hopefully for Hawk's sake, he doesn't feed any of that experience. That will be level 3 now on the keeper. And plenty more mana. That could be... No, it will be level 2 entangle, of course, as is standard. Could have also been Treants. He's got 150 mana now, and Hawk just hiding. Just hiding with the cloak. Poor Archmage. Oh, footman come back in. Unfortunate timing there.
What's the second hero here? I wonder. 15 Sway hasn't... There it is. Picks it now. It's the Panda second. Specifically on this map, also we see quite a bit of Naga because of how aggressive you can be. But of course, the Panda is always going to do the best work for you in the late game if you do manage to get the levels. And starting off with a Merc Camp creep here right away, he's going to be quite happy about it.
About a 1,200 gold difference in the expansions currently. But does that justify the losses that Hawk has taken, not only to defend his expansion, but cancel 15 Sways once? It's probably about 1,200 gold in footman lost, in extra repair and towers lost at this stage, and in power build, of course. The Ancient of War are going to be safe, going to walk down to the shop in the Panda. Not getting a ton of experience, actually, from this mercenary camp, because he wasn't able to fully clean it up.
Yeah, just the Water Elemental there dissuaded him.
Yeah.
15 Sway was concerned, perhaps, that more follower would be coming in. Now, that might be the case. AM level 3, daring to go into the middle once again with decent mana and a handful of footies. But there is this thing called Entangle level 2. 15 Sway using it on a Water Elemental, though. Kind of surprised about that. Could kill footies or force a TP, but he's more concerned with Water Spirits right now.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to go straight for the Archmage there. I think with an Entangle Breath combination, he could have, like you mentioned, forced that Town Portal. Could still do it, but there's no more mana for an Entangle. Maybe that Clarity could be used as soon as the Keeper's out of range of that being canceled. And Tree of Eternity almost done for 15 Sway. Soon there'll be a possibility of maybe a pseudo Bear Bust if that Panda can manage to squeeze together a level 3. And Hawk just trying to scrounge some rifles. There's going to be Sanctums anytime soon. And in fact, no tech buildings yet for Hawk.
We see the second hero joining once again. It is the Panda, Sinjo, throwing the ranks of the humans. Also benefiting nicely, of course, from the Brilliance Aura. One of the biggest benefits of having the Archmage. Would love to get that AM quickly to 4 as well, but that is going to be tough this game. Only barely scratched the level 3 surface. Would love to creep up a bit more here to get valuable experience and also take it away from the enemy Panda. The strength of the Panda in the late game can very well decide this game.
Oh, nice heal scroll there. Was very necessary, especially to save that Berserker, which could give a ton of experience to the Panda, getting him close to that level 3 you mentioned now. Forest Troll Warlord still up for grabs, but neither player really wants to overcommit for that currently. 15 Sway is waiting for his first couple of bears, which will be popping in a couple of seconds. And Hawk finally getting those double Arcane Sanctums. No tier 3 tech yet. In fact, +2 on the rifles already. Wow.
With the dead summoned, and that's actually pretty nicely used right here. The Dryads don't have enough dispel to get rid of all of it right away. This gives some good presence to Hawk in the middle of the map. Don't know if he can pressure all the way towards the opponent's Moonwells. Should perhaps use them to creep right now. There's another big camp in the middle available. It is at the lab with a big permanent item. This Hawk is mustering up with more army and a fast tech. Tier 3 already queued.
It goes tier 3 as he starts to lose the fight. Almost loses the Panda, forced into a heal scroll there. The orb online. 15 Sway might abuse this timing that Hawk is tacked at and just push.
Oh, the Panda seems to be a goner here. Level 1 hero drops. At least he's going to be back quickly. Not going to be benched for too long. I am one of the biggest advocates of tier 3 of human. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But you have to choose the timing wisely. And it seems to me Hawk may have teched a bit too early.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit like when Night Elf chooses to tech against Undead at stages, and they choose to go into Bears from Mass Dryads. It's almost kind of how Hawk has to tech tier 3 here. He's got to have a strong enough army to defend this timing with Orb with the Bears, and then go tier 3 to eventually win the late game. But for now, Panda 3, Robe of the Magi, and this is a very strong Night Elf army despite taking a little bit of poison damage here.
2 bears in the mix to try to crack this wall. Taking out the blacksmith would be a big deal. Would stop rifle production and upgrades, importantly, also for quite some time. But gonna fall back here. 15 Sway notices he is a bit too hurt and a bit too low mana, perhaps, to take this fight. As the rifles meet up with some militia ready to defend. And speaking of rifles again, their upgrades really looking good. 2-1 already, with soon to be Inner Fire.
Huh.
One of the best buffs in the game.
Interesting, yeah. Who needs knights when you just go very quick rifleman upgrades? The lumber has been very healthy for Hawk, luckily, so he's been able to prioritize those upgrades, and now he's going to have mortar teams on the way, and soon castle, but the positioning, not great. The first sorcerer's going to go down, level 4 finally on the Keeper.
That's so painful. That sorcerer had at least 3 slows, maybe 4, and she gets taken out without casting a single one. That's one of the little things that can slip your mind, having the sorceress in the wrong position, and that makes things so much tougher now. 1 new sorceress now in the mix, but not that much mana, I guess. Heal Scroll had to be used already. Militia streaming in from the main, trying to do their best. Level 2 Breath from 15 Sway doing a good job. We have a militia flank, actually, coming in from so many angles. How is there so many militia?
What the
Police
hell?
have been called, and doing their best here to save the homeland. Panda for Hawk once again, very low HP. Who's going to take this fight? It's hard to tell, but the backline DPS for Hawk persists, while the Bears are starting to drop very low.
Yeah. Hawk does a good job of trying to make this fight work, despite it being pretty much at the worst possible timing. Like, as soon as tier 3 hits, 15 Sway fought right before Frag Shards, before the first mortar team was out, before Inner Fire, and of course before the 3rd hero, Orb, any of that stuff. So that was a great timing for 15 Sway to fight, and he kills a ton of peasants. And that's going to hurt, I imagine, the lumber, but there's still at least a few on lumber currently. I thought that Hawk even called, like, gold peasants there, but apparently that was all just lumber peasants. All right.
Archmage finally gets level 4. That's a big level up, but having lost the Panda earlier, even if it was only level 1, having been benched for 1 creep camp, already puts him behind. He needs to get this red camp badly to get that level 3. The creep jack here could have been very well game ending, but Hawk does get the camp, and will soon pick up those big upgrades.
It could be a very, very nice item, of course. 15 Sway getting close to level 5 Keeper. And the Panda getting close to level 4 for 15 Sway. Gets Claws +9. Another Tree of Life coming up. And double Mana Potion on the Panda 15 Sway. Cloak of Flames is alright, I suppose. Not the greatest, but an interesting find.
Yeah, if you had a big frontline with Knights and Breakers to share the damage, I think this could be good, but the Panda is kind of the solo frontliner right now. He always has to fall back, he can't really stand there and deliver. Like the Archmage is trying to, not known for being a great tank, has to TP out. Everything should be in range. Oh, maybe not. Oh, 2 units getting caught, that hurts.
Ooh, can that Dryad in the front catch up? Nope, but the mortar team is the better of these two to find. Staff, possibly? Almost, not quite. 15 Sway continues to get further and further ahead. Still 10 supply ahead and soon to be a base up.
And now 15 Sway getting ready with his own late game tech. Double wins with that soon fairies. And with the third base, he could very well go towards 100 supply with 2-2 upgrades, maybe even more. And that's when things get extremely hairy for the human. It's so hard to micro perfectly against all that terror that can be raining down on you between panda, bears, dryads, and fairy dragons, and maybe even chimps if the economy is out of control. As the keeper is getting caught out of bounds, has a TP out. It's not like he's low on gold, though. Can afford to rebuy that right away, but that's the expansion cancelled. It's actually a big tactical moment for Hawk, but he's still far behind. He needs to have a lot of big plays to come back into this game.
Absolutely, yeah, though that is a good start, and he probably also needs, in order to win a fight, maybe another heal scroll or even 2. So it was nice of 15 Sway to buy those from his shop. A couple last creep camps, at least on this side of the map, being taken by Hawk currently, but it's still a full red, still the nice orange consumable to the west of 15 Sway's base, as well as the whole top of the map. So potential for level 5 Panda, maybe level 5 Archmage on the side of Hawk, so creeping could be valuable.
Looking for some reinforcements here. 15 Sway knows where the opponent is and is looking for easy pickoffs. There's one with the rifleman. 3-1 upgrade on these rifles, but it seems like Hawk doesn't quite get the army size together that he needs. And it's still so hard to micro these fights. If he had knights or breakers to create a front line, this would be so much easier. But it's only rifles and casters in some mortar teams. Hawk is going to have to kite like a god to have a chance in these fights, while we have 15 Sway going into high upkeep. It's going to have such a huge army.
Yeah, and the Fairy Dragons finally pop. There's a ton of rifles, but if they're well positioned, it doesn't make much of a difference. Nice breath to start us off by Hawk, but it's going to take a whole lot more to deal with the front line of bears that we have. Interfire and everything. The first haze fire is huge. The heal scroll, the only lone heal scroll already being used. Maybe Hawk can get his back to the shot push on vulnerability. Going to be forced on the Panda. The town portal might be wise because the Archmage again trying to tank.
Got some kills here in the end, I guess. Makes it back home. Regen scroll is going to be wonderful. But again, 15 Sway didn't lose that much. He said 74 supply, still lots of gold. Lumber is a bit the issue here for him, so he can't easily set up that third base again, although Wiss is moving over. And that will be his intention. I guess the upgrades for Hawk are starting to kick in. The damage is not to be underestimated, but still, the big difficulty for the Russian is to take these fights without getting clobbered to death.
Yeah, and he definitely needs heal scrolls, and he needs to take these fights, be able to use his heal scrolls without 15 Sway just town portaling out before losing any bears. If you are investing 2 heal scrolls into every fight, but not actually trading units, that can become a real problem for Hawk, especially when this Panda's going to start reaching level 5 for 15 Sway, and Hawk is a little bit behind, about, half a level behind on his Panda.
The 2 Arcanes won't do too much to hold here at the expansion. Hawk has to come over with his main force. Takes a while, but he'll get there. Archmage getting caught in front! Oh, Hawk wasn't looking at his first hero. That could have almost been a TP force, or maybe even an invuln, but he wants to save that invuln for the Panda. Very important to have that on his frontline hero. Okay, Hawk does rescue the economy. Still, almost fully mining. We'll re-establish that momentarily. And, the closer we get to 80 supply, I'm not so hopeless about Hawk's position anymore. If he targets well and kites, again, he's got crazy damage.
Absolutely, yeah. And you mentioned the lumber issue of 15 Sway. It continues to be a problem. Now goes to 89 supply, does 15 Sway, but he can't pull wisps because of this to detonate the inner fire. And if he did detonate the inner fire, Fairy Dragons are going to persuade Hawk from ever being able to reapply it. So that is becoming more of a problem than just an economic
Mortars.
problem.
You forgot about the Mortar group.
Oh no.
Hawk!
Oh no.
Oh, that's a big mistake. He's still not noticing it. The third group has been forgotten. Now it's coming in.
He's just got a TP though. Look at the Fairy Dragons! Oh my god, a heal scroll from just the Fairy Dragons.
And the heroes again. Panda might be going down. There's no invo potion for him. And the bears find the swipes. That's the Panda going down. Big kill and big experience. 15 Sway's Panda makes a bit of more of a jump towards level 5 while his third base is finishing. Close to 100 supply. Basically there now. And I think Hawk is just he's making these fights too tough for himself, as he has no front line. It's so hard to get these engagements properly.
Alright, Panda back for Hawk. He still has double mana pot, had a heal scroll there. Panda could have definitely lived, even had a staff to maybe use before the town portal. But there's so many bears. The Fairy Dragon's not as well positioned as they once were, but doesn't even matter. 94 supply for 15 Sway. The Panda almost level 5. The Keeper, in fact, almost level 6. Tranquility could be a big upgrade to get. Hawk trying to kite as best he can, and he's doing a decent job, to give him credit, but there's just too much damage.
Dude, the Mana Flare didn't connect that much this time, but when they hit on the Sorks casting the slow, my goodness, is it terrifying. And the bears are still so healthy. 15 Sway still has heal scrolls to use, a TP to get out if necessary. He's finding so many kills in the chase. The Dryad slow here now, being worth quite a bit. So much damage, too much DPS. Hawk's DPS was high, but he had to run, didn't have the uptime to gun down these knights. It's gonna be a GG, and Hawk eliminated in the first round though.
Without winning a single map, unfortunately, here in the playoffs today. He looked hella strong in the play-ins last weekend. Couldn't transition into weekend number 2, where the big boys play. Hawk out, Chemico out. I know someone in Cologne is already working on a new pie chart.
Oh no. We'll give him more ammo. We still have a kind of a half-human player here, though.
True.
At least, right?
Very, very true. Damn, 15 Sway, though. I feel like he's getting more and more consistent. This one WGL performance, okay, we were all hoping for, can he finally repeat that? Then he disappeared for a little while, but now consistent top 4, top 6 runs in tournaments and rarely having an off day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it shows in his play, too, that he has a very good understanding of the game, not just the strategy, but he's got the mechanics down pat, and yeah, I guess it really comes down to him being so young, just how his mental state is in the deep runs of competition. If he can make it to the semifinals, quarterfinals, how consistent can he be in the later stages? But so far, he's shown no signs really of nervousness.
Damn, boys, I'm pretty hyped for what's next. We got 2 more matches for you guys in the one-on-one department, and that is both lower bracket round 2. We found the opponent of Soin, that is 15 Sway, and then we get the former LP Club battle of Focus versus Colorful. That might just be 2 Night of Orcs in a row, just like yesterday.
Love that matchup, though, so I'm not complaining at all. It's such a fun matchup to watch, as much as it pains me sometimes to watch the Orcs lose to a AP hidden next to their base 4 minutes into the game. It is a great matchup. I do think it's a relatively balanced matchup as well, in all honesty, especially at the top level. It's just such a pleasure to watch.
I fear a little bit for our champion Soin, whose matchup versus Night Elf is clearly not the best, as we've seen yesterday versus Lawlight, but it's time to bring the A game now. Let's hope for the excitement of the series that he was just saving strategies for today. It was of course hard to predict this very matchup, but yeah, that's the plan. Soin versus 15 Sway, Focus versus Colorful, and then the FFA Grand Finals, everybody. We're almost back on schedule, looking pretty good. And we are celebrating W3Champions here. Of course, you know it. W3Champions, the best platform in the history of this game. They feature Flow services. And yeah, Flow is the cat of one of the developers called Fluxu. And that's why we named all the servers after that very cat. 26 servers around the world. Great conditions for everyone and every possible matchup here. That also, all these servers have a reconnect feature in case you're on Wi-Fi or whatever, area where there's not too great of internet. We got reconnect for you. And if you just want to observe games, we brought back WAC TV. We built a similar system than Dota TV or NetEase TV, and that's called Flow TV. If you see a match on the ladder that's of interest for you, just go onto Flow TV on that little client, hop on and observe the game with your own camera control and all. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful features. And if you want to help the W3 dev team, and improve this even further, they're looking for developers. It's of course a non-profit project. Everybody is doing this for fun and for the sake of the community. They are looking for C# and .NET developers, TypeScript, jQuery, Rust, Vue, and Node. So if you're able to do any of this and you wanna realize the automated tournaments, for example, or the achievement system, or you think something is missing, I can do that. I can provide that feature. Just let me get my hands on it. Reach out on that Discord to a guy called Cephid. He's the one go-to guy. Otherwise, all the mods there, all the admins are very, very good to talk to and will help you out and guide you into the right direction. The Discord can be found on W3Champions.com on the right-hand side, and I would love to have even more features on that beautiful server very, very soon, thanks to you guys out there.
Well done, Neil. Consistently impressed by that, by you being able to do that every time flawlessly.
I'm a
Incredible.
freaking god!
Yeah, a lot to remember, a lot to remember. But you do it. You do it every time. You do it dozens of times. Hundreds of times. Maybe 100 times by now. It's been, what, 10 seasons? 10 seasons, 5 broadcasts each. You know, maybe 4 series each broadcast. You know, that's about 200 times you've done that almost now. Incredible.
And every single time is a pleasure because every single time I can add something new to the mix, and that's the most beautiful thing here. If you are not able to code but you think, I'm super mega ultra rich coming from the crypto market, I won for the past 9 months, I'm swimming in money, reward them with a little cash maybe to pay the servers. We are helping out paying the servers. The Chinese community is helping out paying the servers, especially Fly, Infi, and TH made a big donation from what I've heard. But you know, things are expensive, and maybe the W3Champ devs want a little cold one after a long evening of coding, and you can donate that one to them. Every single dollar helps. They also have a Patreon if you want to support that project for a longer time. So it's up to you guys. Check it out. W3Champions.com right hand side has all the information. The information that I can give you that our next match is 15 Sway versus Soin, and then Focus versus Colorful. We go into a little break and then we're right back with fresh new Warcraft action.